guys, and welcome to another Five Nights at Freddy's tutorial. This week's look is my take on the character Ennard from Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. I get requests to do Ennard almost every day and sometimes even multiple times a day, so I figured I would take a shot at creating him. I do want to give a quick disclaimer about these Five Nights looks, since I do tend to get some comments critiquing the proportions of them. I am a human with human proportions, and I'm using body paint and minimal prosthetics to transform myself into animatronics that have very skewed proportions. The only way to get their proportions 100% correct would be to build a mascot suit of sorts or some form of pullover mask, but that's very technical and a lot of fabrication, and that is not what I do on my channel. I am a body painter and special effects makeup artist. So just please keep that in mind. If you like this look, give it a thumbs up, and if you don't want to miss a single video from me in the future, hit that subscribe button. And if you do decide to recreate any of my looks, be sure to tag me on social media because I love seeing your recreations. As always, all of the products, my social media, and the music used will be listed in the description. And with all of that said, let's get into the tutorial. So I've engaged full potato mode by blocking out my brows and applying a bald cap, and as usual, I'm in a tube top. So I pop on my clown nose while I map out the features with an eyeliner so I can place everything correctly. I did have to make the mouth slightly smaller than Ennard's because my face isn't as long as his. Also on Friday, I will be posting a tutorial on how to engage full potato mode, so look out for that. For the chest, I just map out the basic shapes, not each individual wire, because that would be very busy looking and probably a bit confusing later on. I fill in the face with a light coat of white water-activated body paint. You want to do a light coat so that way when you highlight the face with white cream makeup later, there will be a good contrast between the two shades of white. I also fill in his one eye with white. I use silver body paint to add in the wire around his eye, the details in the eye socket, and his teeth. Then I use the silver to block in the basic wire structure on the chest. I add in the button and his eyebrows with red body paint. Then I start defining the cracks between the face plates with gray cream paint. I'm using a cream paint for this so it will nicely blend into the white without mixing with it like another water-activated paint would. You could also use eyeshadow in place of the cream paint. I further define the segmentations with black eyeshadow, but I concentrated on the center of each line. I use my gray cream paint again to start shading the rest of the face. I shade beneath the eyebrows, around the eye and sockets, and around the mouth. Then I begin highlighting the face with white cream paint, and this is what I was talking about earlier with the whites. See, if I would have applied a very opaque coat of white in the beginning, this white cream would not have even shown up and you wouldn't really be able to highlight the face. I referenced a screen cap of Ennard from the game to know where to highlight, but it's basically next to all of the gaps between the face plates and above all of his features. Next I add in his iris. I fill it in with light blue, outline it with a darker blue, add in the pupil with black, and add in the catch lights with the white cream. Now I used a screen cap of the game to accurately depict his eye, but when I was looking at a ton of references and information, it claimed his eye was purple in one ending of the game and green in another. But in the screen cap I took from Markiplier's playthrough, his eye was clearly blue, so that's what I went with. I use black body paint to start outlining and defining all of his features. I outline his eye and add in the grooves in the wiring. I line beneath both brows so they'll really pop forward. I fill in the eye socket and add the grooves to those wires. I fill in the mouth, then I line the center of each gap in the face plates. Then I use gray eyeshadow to shade around the eye sockets so they'll really seem as if they curve inward to a hollow area. And I shade above his cheeks so they'll pop forward more. I take my white cream paint to go over a few areas so the highlights really stand out. I fill in all of the bare skin on my chest and neck with black body paint so it will fade into my background and help sell the illusion that my body is just wires. Then I begin defining the wires on his chest that appear to make a bow tie of sorts. In total, there's 8 wires on each side that are roughly the same size. Once I have them all outlined, I add in the little grooves. I also add in the grooves in the neck wiring. Then I do the other side of the chest. I use black body paint to add in the buttonholes, then I highlight the edge of the button with the white cream makeup. Next I use Colourpop Super Shock eyeshadow in Liberty to add some additional wires. I use a shadow because it's super pigmented and matches the silver body paint, but doesn't mix with the black like the silver paint would if I were to go back in with it. I use black eyeshadow to shade the ends and beneath the wires to give them more depth. Then I use the white cream makeup to highlight the wires to give them even more dimension. I glue the little hat that I made out of craft foam to my bald cap. Then I glue some craft foam ears on. I was originally just going to use my ears, which is why I left them out of the bald cap, but Ennard's ears are much more pronounced than mine. I also attached some more dangly wires to my chest, which I also made out of craft foam. And last, I put on a clown nose. Thank you so much for watching this week's makeup tutorial. If you'd like to see the picture and lip sync of this look, head on over to my Instagram to check them out. And keep an eye out on Friday for my tutorial on how I engage full potato mode. And this week's shout out goes to Cats Because Meow here on YouTube because of their super sweet comments on my Capricorn tutorial saying that I inspired them to get more into makeup. That's the reason that I make all these tutorials. I know all of my looks aren't something that everyone is going to recreate or want to recreate, but as long as they're informational, it can translate into any form of makeup, and just inspiring people to dive into it and test it out is really amazing to me, and I love hearing that from you guys. If you want to be next week's shout out, all you have to do is be active on my social media because I do notice you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on Friday. Bye guys. Congratulations, you've made it to my end screen. Click that top link to check out my last video about how to easily make prosthetics. Or click that bottom link to check out my FNAF playlist. And if you want to make sure you don't miss a single video from me in the future, click that little circle with my face in it to subscribe.
I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.